Hello and welcome to Square Balloon Actions and Tutorials. I'm going to do a little editing on this outdoor image here, and I had this image here, the shoot that I was taking these images on. It wasn't such a sunny evening as I'd hoped for, so even though the sky is bright, the image could do with a little bit of warming up because it didn't have the sunshine there. So I'm going to add a sunlight overlay, which I have for sale on my site. I'm going to add a sky action as well. It's also on sale on the site from the Clouds and Sky set. And in ACR and in Photoshop, I'm just going to warm the whole image up. So first of all, we're going to go into Bridge to get the image. Let's bring it back to, in Adobe Camera Raw here, I'm just going to bring it back to the raw defaults. So you can see the sky is, it is blown out here in some spots, but I'm okay because I'm going to be selecting that for an action later. That's fine. I just want to make sure that the exposure is okay on him. So I am going to raise the exposure a bit. I'm also going to raise the vibrancy to bring a little bit more saturation to the colors. I'm going to raise the temperature in here. And I'm also going to put on a slight vignette just to help the eye, draw the eye to the center of the image where he is. Bring the midpoint in a little bit. Let's have a look at that. Maybe a little bit more contrast, a bit more warmth. Okay, I like the look of that now, so I'm going to open that. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and let me just turn off that one. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the that writing that you can see on the shirt that he was wearing underneath, and I'm going to use the patch tool to do that. Just circle the area and drag it up. Do this in small areas. And there's also a button that's not done up here, so I'm going to use the clone tool just to clone a new button in there. I think the shirt is alright now. So it looks slightly darker just around here. So if I use the dodge tool, midtones, I have the exposure at 38. Let me just lower that down a little bit. And just paint over those areas. Okay, that looks better. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to select this bright sky here so I can put the action in. It will be difficult to get all those little bits in around there with the quick selection tool, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use select color range. And if I click in there, you can see that it automatically finds all of those colors. The fuzziness will select more if you slide it up. It'll start selecting the neighboring colors as well. That just will select, if it's all the way down to the left there, it'll just select the color that's in your picker. So let's just bring it up a little bit. We can see that some of his shirt is selected here. So what we're going to do is we'll just deselect that by going on the lasso tool. Let me just go on there, and if I hold down Alt, I get the minus lasso tool, so I'm just going to make sure that none of him is selected there. I can also refine the edge the same way as you would with any other selection. That looks okay. So once you have the area that you want selected, you can run the action, which is all the way down here. Evening sky, I'm going to run on this one. So there's the evening sky action added just to all the little bits in between the trees. So the next thing that we're going to add is the sun overlay, and I'm going to use warm starbursts here, and I'm just going to use the move tool to drag it over onto the image. And then I'm going to set that layer to screen, so you can see it there. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all right like that. And then, because the sun, if the sun was realistically, if it was coming through there, you wouldn't be able to see the sky any color in the sky around it. So I'm going to go onto that evening sky layer there, and with my black brush on the mask, I'm going to make it really big. It's at a low opacity there, that's fine. Just going to go around the sun there. That just helps make it a little bit more realistic. So now that I have that, it's fine, except I still think that it could do with a little bit more warming up around here. So let's see if I'm going to run a little warmth. That's what I'm going to run. So that just helps the rest of the picture to match up with the fact that there was a warm sunlight coming through here. Now, I think it could also help with if I made a curves adjustment. Just bring some of the contrast in there, because with direct sunlight you also get good contrast too. So there you can see an image that was a little bit dark and a little bit cold looking to start, now has a much warmer and sunnier feel to it.